episode of the Kanika Sports Show, everybody. I am your host, Kenny Time, on this microphone, and I am joined once again on this Sunday by the one, the only, drumroll please, Nika, the producer, is here. She's live. She's with me. She's always with me. Nika, welcome to the show.
Thank you for the lovely introductions, and hello to our new and returning listeners from all over the world. Happy Memorial Weekend, since we are celebrating Memorial Weekend in this country of ours.
I'm feeling very patriotic over here with my red, white, and blue, which I am also wearing for the Chicago Cubs, who are trying to come back right now against the Cincinnati Reds.
All right.
But
perfect.
It's not looking great.
It's not.
All right. Well, we are not here to talk about baseball or football or any other sport today. We are here to talk about wrestling because we had a big WWE Saturday night main event last night. And wow, this was my first time checking this out in probably more than 35 years.
Wow, it's been that long, huh?
Since I've seen a WWE Saturday night main event, it has probably been that long. I did not catch it in December and January, apparently, when they brought this back.
Okay.
We did catch the Royal Rumble, which, if you're new here, by the way, the Royal Rumble is when Nika and I kind of started watching WWE again. So we're very new and fresh to all of this, but we wanted to check it out, and we've slowly gotten into it, especially the women's. We really think that there is a good women's product right now.
Oh, absolutely. So for me, this is mine first main event. I never watched it.
You never saw it back in the day. I mean, we saw at the very beginning, even during the intro when they were queuing it up, I rewound it for a second because I wanted you to see, like, this literally preempted Saturday Night Live back in the day on NBC. And, you know, it would come on at 10:30 Chicago time, right after the 10 o'clock news on Channel 5. And so you had this whole nostalgia trip for me last night watching like this. And they kind of played it up. They did the music. They brought in, if you check out the next slide here, they brought in our guy, Jesse the Body Ventura, Nika.
I see. But the 80s, the throwback to the 80s music was brilliant.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this whole presentation. Even the ring belt, the buckle covers had the old WWF logo made into the WWE logo of today. That's really that's a mind trip. You know, it's like we're gonna give you the old logo, but it's not actually the old logo because the old logo is, we can't use the old logo. It's been made illegal. So we made the old logo look like our new logo.
It worked.
Confusing.
But it worked.
Oh,
the music made it 10 times better with the 80s, throwback to the 80s, and the throwback to all the nostalgia with Ventura and a bunch of other Hall of Famers.
Yeah, if you look, I captured Jimmy Hart was in the audience here, WWE Hall of Famer, the Mouth of the South, as he was called back in my day.
Is that who that is? Oh, wow.
Jimmy Hart, yeah, he was a manager. He was Hulk Hogan's manager at one point. Even. Really? Yeah. Great personality. He was good at his. He was a manager. You know, he was a quote unquote suit on the sidelines. But
was he? Will you compare him to the suit that is on the stage now?
Paul Heyman?
Yeah.
No, he was a different
like
kind.
Okay.
You know, he was like a male cheerleader almost down there.
Oh.
Like you can see he has this megaphone in his hand, and he used to like yell into it during the match, like, "Come on, get him!"
All right, cool.
Yeah, definitely a character for sure. So that was fun to see him in there. You can see a little heart there on his suit coat. Mm-hmm. Of course, Jimmy Hart. He's playing up his name.
Oh, well, of course.
Definitely. All right. And then you can see next to him, we had Bushwhacker Luke, everyone. I'm going to do my Bushwhacker for you. See, that proves I'm legit right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, the Bushwhacker Luke was there. they brought out some old characters and they set the stage. You know, it was fun. The one thing that wasn't fun about this event that I do want to get out of the way now before we actually get into the cards or the card is the commercials.
Oh gosh.
They're brutal, man. They are brutal, and I hate leaving a match in the middle of a match.
I know. What's up with that?
Well, we're not used to it because we don't really watch Raw or SmackDown while it's on TV.
That's
and
fair.
We watch Peacock events which don't have commercials. So when we actually see this event, which is also being televised on NBC as it's happening, you know, you have to suffer through the actual commercials, and they are brutal. They put them in the worst spots. Like
when you come back from a commercial, it's totally different setup.
Yeah, I don't remember which match it was last night, and I'm not going to get into the specifics of it, but there was a moment when we came back from commercial break, and then the two performers knocked themselves out. Like right when we got back to commercial break, like they did a double move on each other. I think it was Jey Uso and Logan Paul. They did a double clothesline on each other in the finale, the main event. Sorry, the main event of main events.
Yes.
And I was like, why didn't they script this better so that we go to commercial break when they knock each other out? So come on, WWE, you got to get some better writers and plan these like little moments in your match to happen so that you can like have a natural commercial break.
Do you think it's more WWE or is it NBC that they just put the commercials? This is where we have the commercials.
They still need to work it out better.
Okay.
You know, and
Sure.
and just yeah.
Work it out.
I think they gotta like
Figure
plan
it
it,
out.
stage it better. It's all staged anyway. So come on, guys. Like let's bring the staging up a notch.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to come back from my damn commercial break
And
then
wonder-
watch the two main entertainers knock themselves out for like 5 minutes before you go to the next commercial.
And you feel like you've been losing. You lost some of the fighting. Because you come back, it's like, I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either.
No.
Nika, we did have some matches, and things got going right away with this big tag team feud that we saw. Sami Zayn, CM Punk, Seth Freakin Rollins, and Bran Breakker. The four men got in the ring right away. And overall, I thought this was one of the better matches of the night.
It was.
You know, commercials aside, because, again, these commercials took me out of, you know,
game.
what was going on. You know, like something's going on, and then you come back and something completely new is going on. And my biggest advice would be for Peacock to offer like exclusive non-commercial coverage where the match keeps going
For live events.
for live events. You know, we see this with MLB Big Inning because we watch MLB Big Inning on the MLB app, and it is presented commercial free, but the host will sometimes kick it to commercial, and because it's offered on Apple TV as well as a service. So he'll be like, if you're watching on Apple TV, it's time to cut to a break. And if you're not, then we'll keep it right here.
Yeah.
And I think they need something like that for the matches here. But, okay, I wasn't supposed to talk about this anymore. We are talking about this tag team matchup, and I feel like it delivered. It didn't really resolve anything at all.
Of course not. The feud has to go on.
But once we got through, like, everybody getting a feel for each other and whatnot, the big event that went down in this match was Big Bronson Reed showing up out of nowhere. It was, of course, Paul Heyman distracting everybody to allow this to happen. And he showed up while CM Punk was on the outside kind of recovering, looking to get back into the match. Sami Zayn was actually making work of, was it Bron Breakker in the ring?
Yeah.
So, okay, so Seth was also, like, knocked out during this time.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, Big Bronson Reed showed up, and he put a big hit on CM Punk through one of the, like, barriers on the outside of the ring. And they, like, went through into the crowd kind of ish.
It's fun.
It was fun. Everyone got kind of distracted by this, including Sammy, who allowed himself to get speared by Bron Breakker in the ring. I think they might have even called it the super spear.
Oh.
But yeah, Sami got pinned shortly after that, and as you can see, I pulled up Big Bronson Reed's Twitter profile here because I wanted to find out who he is, the Wave God. He does this move called the Tsunami, and that is what he then applied on CM Punk after the match was over. They dragged his like unconscious body back into the ring for more punishment. Seth and Bron Breakker did, and this dude, Big Bronson Reed, gets on the top rope and just jumps on the CM Punk in the ring, knocks him out, and then you can see here the four of them: the Stooge, Paul Heyman, Bron Breakker, Seth freaking Rollins, and now Big Bronson Reed. It looks like we have a new posse here almost. We just need a fourth. And then
they might bring somebody in.
Yeah, they can have a whole stable.
So
maybe they need a female like Becky Lynch.
Well, I don't think they do co-op in here, but
not yet.
Not yet. So you think
it's coming?
It could be. I don't think so. Maybe
someday they'll up the stakes.
Yeah, and there might be already one like that. But anyway, is this newcomer? Is he auditioning to be part of the crew, or is he?
I don't know. That hug with Seth was pretty like you're in.
Yeah,
you know, it's like it kind of seems like it's family. You know, like the way they were guilt tripping Sami Zayn and him not taking the bait.
Yes.
You know, like all storylines aside, he got the hug. You know, it seems like he's in the mafia now.
Kissed the ring.
He kissed Seth's ring for sure.
Bend the knee.
So and he and Bron Breakker have history apparently. Again, since we started watching at Royal Rumble, not really caught up on all that. So you have to forgive us as we don't really know.
We learning.
Hey Nika, that's how this kind of ended. It says right here on the tweet, the landscape has changed. Rollins, Reed, Breakker, Heyman, handshakes all around. Do you think this alliance is going to last? I know you don't know a lot about it, but just knowing what you know about WWE and storylines and...
Okay, my take is, yes, it will last for a little bit, and there will be some backstabbing.
Oh, there will be. Yeah.
I think so.
I think that's a pretty good guess on your part.
Based on everything I have seen so far, somebody's going to backstab somebody.
I wonder who's going to screw who in this situation. Like,
I don't know yet. I have to see a little bit more of this drama unfolding.
It's not like Bron Breakker's been there a long time either. You know, he didn't show up too long ago. So I'm trying to remember. It was WrestleMania, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or
I think
thereabouts,
so.
because
Around
they had
that.
They did have that three-way match, right? Like where it was.
Ooh, yes, they did.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and.
But since Breakker and Seth are the posses, he just won the championship, so he's gonna hold on to the belt for a minute, and I don't see Breakker moving away from him. He's his, top dog.
Seth doesn't have a championship.
No.
Jey Uso has.
Oh,
the
Jey
world
Uso, right. But they're gonna probably get those two together.
Cody Rhodes is I'm sorry. John Cena has the WWE heavyweight championship or whatever, just championship. I don't know if it's called heavyweight.
Uso has the heavyweight.
World heavyweight. That's the distinction. Yes. The WWE and the world are the differences. So
are they grooming Seth Rollins to be a champion at some point?
I think he definitely needs to be. Mm-hmm. You know, I think he might have already been before at some point.
Okay. I mean, I didn't dig deep into his past so much.
I like bad guy champions, like heel champions, and I know Cena is a heel right now, but he
wasn't before.
We'll talk about Cena in a minute. I got some thoughts on John Cena that we're gonna get to. Well, that's where we're gonna leave this one for now. I did enjoy this presentation minus the commercials, which gotta go. This next match was a hot topic on our Friday show because we were clamoring for a women's match. If you tuned in, there was only 4 matches on the card when we did this preview on Friday. But lo and behold, by Saturday morning, there was a women's match added to the card. It was Zelina Vega, the Women's United States champion, versus Chelsea Green, the former Women's United States champion. And this match was pretty basic to me. It felt like an add-on after the fact, afterthought match.
Mm-hmm. Like somebody realized, oh, we have no females fighting.
Right. And the main reason why we brought that up is we said, oh my gosh, you're actually putting wrestling, WWE wrestling, on NBC, national television, free cable, and you don't have a women's match on the card going into it? Like, this was a big mistake from the get-go. I really hope that the next Saturday night's main event, which we'll talk about at the end of this, features a women's match in the headlines well in advance of the show, because I think you need it for the draw. Like, adding a match 12 hours before the event doesn't give the promotions team a lot of time to do their job. And I'm the last person to defend the promotions team. But in this instance, you didn't do them any favors by leaving this to the last minute. And the match felt like it to me. I did want to point out that Zelina, by the way, if you flash forward to the next frame, Nika, she did retain her United States Championship. Now, the big thing that happened in this match was that the Secret Hervis, that is Alba Fire and Piper Niven, who are part of Chelsea Green's posse, they interfered, of course, in the match, and it backfired a little bit. So who knows? Maybe there'll be some dissension in the ranks here with Team Britain. I'm going to call them that from now on, because they seem to be playing up a lot of British monikers. But yeah.
Is Chelsea Green from Britain by any chance?
Well, I feel like they all have very British names. And she did get really bloodied in the match last night. I don't know if that was an accident or if it was like makeup effects,
Who knows?
It looked like it was real.
Yeah.
It looked like she had suffered some kind of nosebleed at the end of the match that was
she did get punched in the head accidentally, or she got smashed somehow. But
but hey, I don't think Zelina gives a crap. But you can see in this picture, she's just smiling.
I give them props, because a lot of times you see just the hair being disheveled and nothing else. And yesterday, yes, there was a bloody nose at the end of the match.
There was, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Not that I promote blood violence or anything.
Nika always wants to watch more blood. I'm sorry. If it doesn't have blood, it's almost too cheesy.
Yeah, well.
I'm just teasing her. No, the women's matches are always ironically funny, because they have a lot of... I got distracted just now by a text message. Don't you know we're recording over here, people? All right, well, I guess it's we don't have much else to say about this match.
No, not really. I mean, the outfits were great. I think it was just...
Well, they were both wearing the very similar colors. That was a little bit of a misfire as well for me. And I don't mean to tear this match down, because we were the ones asking for it. But then again, like, I think it was an afterthought. And, like, they didn't have time for all of this communication about wardrobe even. What are you wearing? What am I wearing? They both had to show up and, oh, crap, we chose the same colors. Well, it's too late.
But it wasn't matched right to me. Like, one of the ladies was way too tall and the other was really short. I thought it was kind of odd.
Yeah, maybe it would help us out a lot if we had seen Zelina Vega win the belt from Chelsea Green in the first place, because I just don't have a visual recollection of us seeing that match since we started watching Royal Rumble.
But overall, it was a good match. It was just not fully fleshed out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the two women, technically, with their performance or anything like that.
No, not at all. It was entertaining. It's just not... Like, they didn't have enough time for prep. That's all.
Not enough time. All right. Well, with that, it was time for the WWE championship match between John Cena and R-Truth, Nika. And this match got off to actually a funny start because, Cena came out to his usual boos and the whole
music thing.
John Cena sucks chants from the audience. And so that was happening. But then R-Truth came out and he was doing an impersonation of the John Cena that he used to know, the hero. And anyways, so that was that. And it was a little bit of a humorous moment. And I don't know what R-Truth is digging at here. This match did not last very long. He wound up getting his butt kicked. You can actually flip it over to the next slide. The undisputed WWE champion John Cena is the winner. Another W for him. Like I said, I didn't expect R-Truth to do anything, but there was a moment in this match near the end where Cena had grabbed the championship belt. And at what has kind of become a signature move for him, I guess, which is to whack his opponents in the head with it and knock them out cold while the referee's distracted or there's no rules or something. But he grabs the belt and he wants to take it and whack. These text messages are killing me right now. My fucking dad is killing me right now. He's texting over and over about the Cubs game. I'm so upset.
Do you want to start over this?
I need to start this segment over with Cena because he's kicking my ass.
Okay.
And distracting me. And I don't know why I have my phone silenced that I'm getting text messages on my screen. Like.
Oh, you have to put it maybe on the night mode.
I don't know what it needs to be on.
Like
but
on the focus thing needs to.
Can we just keep going, please? I don't want to have this take a long time.
Okay, I'm going to pause this.
No,
okay.
You're not.
Okay, let me go back.
Oh, my God.
I didn't pause.
Worst. We have to stitch this later.
Yeah.
Fuck! I hate him right now. He cannot do this to me.
Wait.
God damn him. Always something.
Try to see how to stitch this.
No, we have to do it later.
All right, let's go back to the slide. The main event. You want to do that? From the girls, the women are done. Okay.
God, should I text him right now? I don't want to close my camera. Like, I'm trying. I feel like texting him and being like, we are recording and need you to not text right now. You're distracting me so bad. No, don't do it. Just. Are we still rolling? And
It's everything. Right. I just moved the slides back to the.
What do I see on the screen right now?
The main event: Cena versus R-Truth after the women match. So we can start from the women finished and the next scene, the next.
All right. Well, after this women's match, we got our. I fucking hate him right now. You know, it's like. I don't need the play-by-play, you know? I don't need to know that you called it a second ago. Like, if I'm answering you, then I'm engaging with you. But if I'm not answering you, you don't need to keep texting me a play-by-play of the game that I'm obviously not watching. Like, that's what's upsetting to me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, come on. Like, and we're trying to do this, and you know we're trying to do this shit at home now, and it's like, I need a different fucking phone for this shit and all this crap, you know? It sucks. My whole life is on this thing. You're looking at me like, you know it's true.
I'm not saying it's not.
I need to get on with this because it's already like way too late now. This fucking guy kicks my ass. This is not supposed to be like this. I'm just mad that we have to stitch this together later. And I don't know how to combat this from happening in the future. Like, I'm going to have a meltdown whenever this happens. I hate it. I'm literally trying to, like, look at my phone and look into the camera, and I got to see text messages flashing on the fucking screen. Like, why doesn't this app overtake my phone and stop messages from coming on the screen? I don't want to see this shit.
Do you have to yell?
No, I'm upset. It's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. You're good. You got a big handkerchief on. All right. Can you put the women's slide back on, actually, so we can act like we're finishing that and I can actually get into the...
I have the last slide is what Zelina holding the belt.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes.
All right. Well, it was a bad night to be Chelsea Green, as the caption reads here on the tweet from WWE. Zelina Vega is still your U.S. champion. I'm not surprised by this, but it was, like I said, a bit of a late addition, and it felt like it. Mm-hmm. And I just hope that the women do not become an afterthought in the future.
I hope not, but I think this definitely what felt like that.
You can't have it be that way when you're going to be on national TV.
Yeah,
and
they deserve a spotlight as well.
They do. They're some of the best part of the product right now, in my opinion.
I think
between the costuming and the variety, there's so many women in the WWE right now,
and they perform so well.
I just don't know if we got to see the best of it on Saturday night's main event, which is what you should be seeing. Mm-hmm. So, anyhow, moving on. We had a WWE Championship match between John Cena and his old pal, R-Truth. R-Truth, who, of course, helped him to victory in his last title defense. But it was a short-lived bromance, as we saw afterwards. John Cena slammed him through a table during the press conference, which is, in my opinion, still one of the strangest things I've ever seen on planet Earth. And the reason for that is simple, is because a fake scripted show, sporting event, was treated to a real, true life press conference in which fake things started happening. And is that a matter of the public record that is journalism, or is this is confusing, right? Oh,
talking about confusing journalism or news cycles.
This is not reality television. This is scripted.
Well, we live in a weird era of times.
Well, it was definitely a weird era. This was one of the shorter matches of the night.
It was.
John Cena, of course, came out to his Cena sucks chants that have become synonymous with his entrance. And R-Truth did a cameo copy of John Cena. He dressed up like him. He came out to his music. He tried to embody, I think, the hero of John Cena that he knows.
Yes, that's what he says exactly. Exactly. That he remembers John Cena the way he used to be, not the new John Cena.
He likes the old John Cena better, and he's trying to reach that John Cena that he believes is still inside of him. And
pull him out.
we kind of had a moment in this match where there might be a credence of truth to what he's saying. R-Truth, bringing the truth. Mm-hmm. He said that Cena went and grabbed the belt, which has become kind of his new signature move, which is to knock his opponent out with the belt and then pin him, when the referee's not looking, or when somebody's distracted, or there's no rules, or whatever. So once again, Cena has the belt, and the referee is able to like kind of talk him off the edge. You know, he decides to talk him out of using the belt and getting disqualified or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, R-Truth is like, okay, there's someone still inside of there. So as soon as the ref grabs the belt and turns it away, Cena uses the opportunity of R-Truth being distracted, and he knocks him out, pins him. And then, of course, he went and grabbed the belt and knocked him out again in the head with it afterwards to really up the villain ante, you know? Because you can't be bad enough, Nika.
No, you got to up the ante every time.
Well, even though he got knocked in the head with that belt, I don't. Did we bring up John Cena, the winner slide
We
yet?
did. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, after that, WWE's X account, I almost said Twitter, but they tweeted an exclusive. R-Truth reflected on his match with his childhood hero and wonders if there was a sign that the 17-time world champion may not be all the way gone.
Oh.
And he's referring to this moment where Cena almost cheated with the belt and then decided to hand it back to the ref. Like, R-Truth thinks the old John Cena is still in there, Nika.
Okay. We will see.
We'll see if R-Truth is speaking truth on this exclusive tweet.
Do you think they are manufacturing this rivalry at the moment to bring it to the next level?
I think John Cena is going to snap out of it. I think he's possessed by The Rock. And I think, well, we saw him like turn on Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
And The Rock seemed to be involved. So I feel like now The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania, and he's been absent through all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And so when John Cena won the belt, we don't really know where The Rock has been this whole time. But I feel like he's got some kind of hold over John Cena, and R-Truth is trying to bring him out. You know, it's like the ring in Lord of the Rings. You know, it's like when you wear it, you're a different person, and when you take it off, you're like free of the spirit, the spell that's
took
making
over
you be evil.
Yeah. Oh, that's a nice analogy.
Yeah. So I feel like he's got some kind of like curse, or he's been hoodwinked somehow.
Do you think Rock has some voodoo doll? And
Maybe it's the belt itself. No.
Well, it could be.
Wow. That would be some
Enchanted.
Good writing for a change. Enchanted belt.
Yeah, that would be my stage name. Enchantress something.
Hey, speaking of enchanted belts, check out this next slide. We did see John Cena meet up after his match with Jey Uso, the world heavyweight champion, on the way to his match. So, two champions meeting in the hallway on the way, one on the way out, one on the way in. This was a brief but funny exchange, I'll say. The funniest part to me was that Jey Uso's T-shirt actually went on sale, like on the WWE shop, apparently right around the time this segment aired on television. And this is a brand new shirt that he's never worn before. So I found that to be quite amusing. So
the marketing had time for this, but not for the women's match.
Yeah, I think that's what it looks like and sounds like to me. Anyways, this whole foreshadowing in the hallway thing, it's always setting up something for later, right? So chronologically speaking, I just wanted to make sure we had this moment here documented before we move on to the cage match here, because this will come into play later on. But until then, it is time to talk about that cage match. And this was between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, of course, who have just been beating the bloody hell out of each other for, it seems like eternity now.
It's been a year.
It's been back and forth for a long time. And to me, it's just gotten a little bit stale.
Hence the cages.
Well, I was actually looking forward to this match. I had this as my dark horse favorite match of the night, and I was severely let down. Now, some of the commercial breaks might have had something to do with that, because it did feel very disjointed. Like we were seeing things happening, and then when we came back from commercial, totally new stuff was happening. And it was not well planned in that regard, is I guess one of the things I want to say. But this match did not, to me, live up to what a steel cage match can be.
Also, the rules of it were kind of unclear because they did say there's no rules in a cage, yet there was a ref, and you leave the cage either by the top or through the door.
Yeah, but then they were also like pinning guys.
Exactly.
And I do want to say, like as we get back into wrestling and, it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. But the steel cage, even the old blue one from the 80s and 90s, I feel like you had to climb out or leave through the door. I don't remember there being a ref or pinning.
Well, that's what they said at the beginning.
So I was really having a hard time understanding like why there was a ref or at all, like for pinning the guy. And then he was even counting him up one time. Like I thought you had to either escape through the top or through the door. And that was the only way you could win a steel cage match.
That's what I thought.
That's what I've always thought. So that was confusing to me. Also, you can't submit in a steel cage match. You can't like tap out. There's no.
No.
So there's no need for an official. I was confused by this a little bit. Anyways,
confusing,
yeah,
exactly.
The match itself though was kind of disjointed, and it felt that way when it was televised, and the way the commercials intercut back and forth. So that was, I think, one of the things that did this match the biggest disservice.
Yes.
Now, I guess Drew McIntyre is not well.
According to what I read, he has been working injured. He has some neck problem. He cannot turn his neck to the left all the way. So he is playing injured.
Well, that's never fun, but they used this match as an opportunity to, I guess, write him out of the show for a while.
For now, yeah.
He was given what did they call it? The chair. I don't.
Oh, the con chair. The smash with the con chair.
Yeah, something. He got his head sandwiched between a couple of chairs. One was already on the ground with his head laying on it, and the other one came from the top, over the top. Damian Priest whacked him with the aluminum chair, I'm guessing, or something similar as a prop device. But either way, Drew McIntyre was knocked out cold, and
paramedics showed up
getting assistance. They brought a stretcher out. He did refuse the stretcher, and it looked like he just eventually got up and walked away angrily. But it sounds like he's going to be off for a while.
It does, and they kind of did the farewell for him at the end of the show too. It felt like it, at least.
They did. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure what to make of his whole character, to be honest, because I feel like they don't know what to do with him. Like we know from the Royal Rumble when we watched it and we're following online that he sort of supposedly got eliminated earlier than he was supposed to, and he was actually really upset about this.
Yes,
and like in real life upset, not scripted upset. And I guess I've been sitting here wondering and waiting, like, oh, WWE is going to make this up to him. Like he's a bigger name performer on the program. I mean, he looks the part of a wrestler.
He had a championship belt before. So
he has been a champion.
Yeah.
So, and yet the push, as they call it in the industry, has never come since Royal Rumble for him. I feel like he's lost every step of the way. We saw him at Backlash in this the four-way matchup that the two of them wandered off into the audience and eventually knocked each other out with tables. And he always ends up on the short end of the stick of things, it seems like lately. So he has not gotten the push, and now he's going to be off the show for a while. So I'm just wondering if they're going to reinvent the Viking Scottish character a little bit with him. It always hasn't been his persona that way. Even though he is not going to get rid of the Scottish background, the Scotland background. I wanted to say Scottish, but I knew that would have been wrong. So
Are you
sorry,
trying to
everybody.
come up with new words?
Yeah, Scottish.
I like it.
Maybe he can steal that for his next character name.
Scottish.
Anyways, this match, again, I think part of the problem is the TV broadcast of it and the commercial breaks. We also got Jesse the Body Ventura on microphone at ringside doing play-by-play of this match, which depending on who you ask, they probably either love it or hate it because, he was talking over some of the ring announcer commentary that, other people probably wanted to hear. And I think he just wanted to talk a lot because he was excited to be there.
He's a talker.
I mean, he obviously had the announcing job for a long time. He was governor.
Exactly.
You stick a mic in front of the guy, he's going to say something.
Yeah. You got to take it, pry over his dad paws, probably.
Well, I hope he remains a fixture on the show because he does give me that instant, takes me back to like my first time watching wrestling.
And again, it's like a nice nostalgia move for the people like you to get them back into the watching wrestling.
Yeah. Us old timers, you got to appease everybody.
Mm-hmm.
You should be multi-generational at this point with this brand. And there's a lot of history. There's a lot of people alive with that history that have carried that history, that have helped make it what it is today. And I feel like whether it's Star Wars or whether it's WWE or any long-term brand that exists in the world, you have to evolve to become multi-generational.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times that it means evolving past like a lot of the current political noise that exists in the world. And it's a hard thing to do. But nevertheless, the challenge is what makes it great.
Yes.
Well, speaking of great, we got to talk about Jey Uso, Nika.
And Paul Logan.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
Dyslexia. She never lets me down. These two were having the World Heavyweight Championship match, and Logan Paul was all sorts of arrogant coming in. Jey Uso did his usual entrance. He got a little assistance from a kid. This was one of the cutest moments.
It was.
Seeing him emulate the dance.
And the kid got a hug and a high five.
He did. He would not leave until he got that damn hug.
Yes.
It was funny, and it was right on script.
It was. It's good props for Uso, really, engaging the crowd and coming the way he does. And there were so many kids when they were showing him entrance.
Yeah, 100%.
They were all into it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we did tease earlier that John Cena and Jey Uso had a little backstage conversation. And it turns out that came to fruition here. John Cena came down and interfered in the match, especially when Jey Uso was about to pin Logan Paul at the end. Pandemonium kind of broke loose here, and things happened. And all of a sudden, Cody Rhodes showed up, Nika. Can you flip to the next slide?
I just did.
Sweet, yeah. Cody Rhodes is back, ! Cody Rhodes is back to stop John Cena from screwing over Jey Uso.
That's exactly what happened.
Definitely. And he put him in this reverse headlock move here. You'll have to forgive me. I'm still learning the language. But he slammed him to the ground, knocked him out. Cena and Logan Paul were left outside of the ring. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso inside the ring. As you can see on the final WWE slide here, you've ruined enough. We'll see you at Money in the Bank. We're getting Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes at Money in the Bank. Tag team match.
Yeah.
Yeah. And depending on how you feel about this, you're either excited or not, because a lot of people correctly pointed out that with these four people in particular taking part in this match, that both championship belts will not be up for grabs at the next event.
They will not?
They're not. They're going to be part of the tag team. So they're not going to be putting their individual titles on the line.
In a way, that's good.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing, because Money in the Bank, remember, is about who wins that briefcase and who gets a chance at those title belts in the future. So not putting them on the line at the same time as that is happening kind of puts the limelight more on the briefcase and less on, like, maybe the belt will change hands tonight.
Yeah, plus it gives you another match for later.
Yeah, I mean, you have to, like I said, I think it would take away from the briefcase if the belt changed hands at the next event. And let's say you think that they're not going to change the belt, then okay, then why have the match in the first place? Because part of what makes this whole product work is the element of surprise, is when they do the unexpected. And if they are not going to do the unexpected or not follow through with it, then why do it at all?
Yes.
So this is an easy way for them to write themselves out of having to deal with that problem. And like I said, it puts the emphasis on the championship match.
Spot on.
And Triple H confirmed it, Nika.
Oh, really?
He said, it's official. Cena, Paul, Rhodes, Uso, unveiling the official Money in the Bank artwork live from Los Angeles, June 7th. Holy cannoli. That's in 12 days, Nika.
Wow. I hope the guys have enough time to recuperate.
Well, I don't think Drew McIntyre will, but
No.
everyone else probably is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, June 7th, Money in the Bank, Los Angeles, presented by Cash App, and we'll be here for it. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how some of these things shake out and who's going to get those title opportunities in the future.
So the briefcase only holds the contract?
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
And you have to climb up, grab the briefcase, and hold on to it through the match?
I think you just have to climb up and get the briefcase.
And then it's yours.
It's yours.
What about if somebody snatches out of your hands while you're climbing down?
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll find out if it happens.
All right.
Hey, this was a fun event, Nika, and it's coming back again soon. July 12th, there will be another Saturday night's main event on Peacock. This is going to be in Atlanta, and pre-sale is going to be this Tuesday. Combo tickets are going to be on sale Wednesday because on Sunday, July 13th, at the same place, the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, there is going to be Evolution, WWE Evolution, and it's going to be an all-women's card of matches. And I got to be honest, I'm pumped for this. I'm excited. After seeing the women get the shaft, in my opinion, over this weekend with the Saturday night's main event, I'm excited that they get an event to their own.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that means that there shouldn't be a women's event on the Saturday night card as well. There definitely should be. And it should be women of stature because it's still on national TV and the Evolution event is not. So I really think they need to put some more planning into that for all of this going down in July.
Are they bringing the main event on a monthly basis now, or is just this is another one-off and then we're going to wait and see?
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. You know, I could answer this a lot better, I think, if I could see the actual dates of all the events coming up. I would say that this is going to be the only thing they have going on in July. And because SummerSlam, I do believe, is August 1st and 2nd. At the beginning of August, and that's the biggest event of like the midway point of the year. And then I'm not really familiar with how the calendar works from September, through the rest of August, September, and October. But I do know at the end of November, they've always had the Survivor Series, which is 4-on-4 tag team matches.
Oh, wow. So that's a lot of people in the ring.
Yeah, but when you look at Seth Freakin Rollins earlier and what I was saying about putting the stable together, you know, they could even be like already now planting seeds for Survivor Series in November. And, you know, blood, feuds.
All plays into it.
It does. Well, this was fun, Nika. I'm glad we got a chance to talk about these matches and give you our thoughts about Saturday night's main event. It's back. It's fun. It's 80s. I had a great time watching it, and I know you did too.
I did too. I liked it a lot, minus the commercials. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, I think they just need to figure out a way for customers to just pay a few extra dollars. And like I said, do that commentary later. You know, like, or offer that the match to just continue.
If MLB can figure it out with the live games, I'm sure the WrestleMania on wrestling can figure it out.
Yeah, MLB's figured it out with 4 live games going on at once.
You can figure it out with one.
You can figure it out.
But it was fun.
No, I'm kidding. It's not a exact replicated process or anything like that. But yeah, it was fun, and I'm looking forward to Money in the Bank in a couple weeks, and looking forward to the road to get there. We'll be checking out Raw SmackDown, and everything else in between.
And there's one tonight.
Oh my gosh,
That's
yes.
NXT.
Yes, and that's the event is called what again? Can you remind me?
Oh, geez, it's NXT something.
Oh, you really should not have brought it up.
I thought you had it on. I don't remember.
I did.
It's my fault.
Battleground, right?
Battleground.
Yeah,
yes,
WWE Battlegrounds. Might check a little bit of that out tonight as well. There's so much, I feel like, going on in the wrestling world. Sometimes I wonder if they have too much going on.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot going on here, so I couldn't Google it for you.
Where? You got your phone? I don't.
I'm trying not to pay attention to the phone.
Yeah.
I got to run this show.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to wrap up our Saturday night's main event coverage on Sunday, and we hope you enjoyed it. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend if you catch this. And if not, we hope your new week gets off to a great start tomorrow.
And have a great Memorial weekend.
Yeah, have a great holiday if you're off tomorrow. I mean, you should be. Most people will be.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity to listen and watch some of this great content that we are churning out for you, everybody.
That's right.
All right. Well, stay tuned. We're going to be back with a lot more coverage of the sports world this week and every week.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.